Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to another video here with me, Arno Schmidt. We are playing Explorer, and this deck here in front of me is a sweet new brew by none other than Noriyuki Mori, who, I don't know if you remember, made a splash in the scene by qualifying for the Challenger Gauntlet, and then instantly qualifying for Worlds there, and just like coming out of nowhere, conquering the arena competitive, landscape in 2021. Yeah, and since then, he's been championing all these kinds of brews. He's sort of a brew guy, I would say. Like he did it with his own decks back then, and he still does it with his own decks now. And here's another spicy one that he, I think, recommended for the Explorer Qualifier weekend, and I'm gonna go over the deck and just check it out with you guys. So we are playing Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is a little cute wizards that flashes back one drops mainly, like spells that have the power or lower than Dreadhorde Arcanist. So we have Duress, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize. We have all these one drops that are good with Arcanist. So that's this package in this deck. And then we have Bloodtithe Harvester, Fable, we know those. And then all of a sudden we have Atraxa in here and Liliana's Death's Majesty. So not only do we have this Arcanist angle, which is very unusual for RAKDOS, like usually everybody just plays Crocs and Bone Crusher Giant, happy with those, right? But here we have that angle, and also the Liliana reanimate Atraxa angle, where, yeah, I mean, you can later in the game, you can, for example, attack the Arcanist, then if you have a Thoughtseize already in the graveyard that you used earlier on your opponent, you could theoretically target yourself with that Thoughtseize. If you've drawn an Atraxa, discard the Atraxa with the Thoughtseize, and then boom, reanimate with Liliana. Or of course you have Fable, Bloodtithe, and the small Liliana here to reanimate, to discard, and then later on reanimate. So we play 3 Lilianas and 1 Born of Revival, which is a little, yeah. I mean, this is quite nice with Atraxa, right? Giving haste. It's just a reanimation for 5, but it gives haste, so it gains you 7 life instantly. Maybe takes out a Planeswalker against mono green or what have you. Yeah, that is the deck. I pretty much copied it. I just made one tiny change. I added a Cascading Cataracts and cut a Mutavault because I just wanted to have the ability to cast this Atraxa when I draw it sometimes in a very long game. I mean, it just might come to that if you have a grindy game, and then having one land that accomplishes that in itself seems kind of nice. Yeah, sideboards. I also pretty much copied his list. He was running more Duresses, of course, with the Arcanist. That makes sense. Lithomantic Barrage in here. Usually not the biggest fan of this card, but I can see the reasoning is just, again, the Arcanist. You could play Fry, of course, which I think is the better card in a vacuum because of the instant on it. But yeah, Lithomantic works with Arcanist, so I'm just gonna copy him there and go with that. Of course, Rending Volley in here as well. The main difference between these two is Teferi, you would say. Like, Rending Volley does not deal with Teferi, Hero of the Minaria. Lithomantic does, uncounterable for 1 mana. That's very strong. In a vacuum, I think Rending Volley is definitely the better card. But, there might be reasons for splitting it 2 and 2, and I can totally see that. So, 2 Kolaghan's Command, just a nice grindy card. Artifact removal, Cling to Dust, Unlicensed Source as a grave interaction. Good copy of Liliana, very flexible card. Good against blue decks by discarding their hand. And then we have some Extinction Events and some Shieldred, right? Because we're not playing Shieldred in our black mid-rangey deck in the main deck, which is unusual. But hey, here we go. And what this deck definitely does, it makes certain removal spells look kind of bad against you. Like, 2 mana removal at best gets one of these small creatures, or like, Fable token or an Atraxa, but killing an Atraxa with a removal spell is just, that's never where you want to be. At that point they've drawn probably like 5 cards, and then yeah, killing an Atraxa won't change much because they likely have found another way to reanimate it anyways. So yeah, I could see that this deck is good in a mirror match, because in a mirror match it's just nice to have something to go over the top with. Atraxa is just unbeatable if it ever hits the battlefield. Question is, how easy will that be done? Of course, there's Graveyard Trespass also still in red-black mid-range and all that. But hey, you can probably work around Graveyard Trespasser by having a blood token laying around, for example, the Harvester, and you can even like discard into the Fable at the given moment when you want to, or not, and play around the Trespasser. Trespasser really isn't that big of a deal. And then if they bring in Unlicensed Hearse, you can bring in Kolaghan's Command to foil that plan. So in theory, everything makes sense, right? In theory, this does seem reasonable, and Noriyuki Mori is known for having prowess in building decks. So I'm excited to try this out. All right, Aztec, what do you got? Okay, we got a black-red mid-range hand with an Atraxa in there. This is gonna be common to see this, and that's similar to the Grixis Alteration combo deck, kind of on the theme of trying various combos in red-black shells. You can just be a good, decent red-black mid-range deck, right? That's what you get. Interesting. So I could take the threat, or I could take the card that deals with my Planeswalker. Questing Beast seems very mediocre against me. I think I'm just gonna go with the Edict. And I'll play my Harvester, they push it. And that's all fine. And then I have like an ability to discard Atraxa and Fatal Push Revolt on the Questing Beast at some point. We'll see what I do here. Oh, this is perfect. Wonderful. The minus. In these resource battles, Liliana is definitely nice. Alright. Okay. Oh, that was a good draw. So I'm gonna discard first. I could discard the Blood Crypt. That would play around Graveyard Trespasser, which is a bit narrow, I guess. Thoughtseize. I have to keep this card here in my hand anyways, because if they rip a land here, I have to be able to push. I'm kind of happy if they hit a land. Whoa! That's insane! I can't believe it. They literally drew it, so I could have played around it. Oh my god. Wow. Like, for one, I'm kind of a little bit proud of myself that I thought about this. But then I didn't execute on playing around the Trespasser, which makes me sad. Brutal. Brutal. Yeah, because I want to discard my hand anyways. I'm just gonna go push end of turn here. Pay the wards and then discard the Questing Beast. Hopefully draw something I can cast, or land. I would be fine for that. Okay. Alright, now we are in a pristine position, of course, still, but the tracks are gone. It is how it is. They might have drawn a assassin. I don't know. Maybe an Assassin's Trophy? Fatal Push, something? Assassin's Trophy, huh? Yeah. Like, when I put the Arcanist on the stack, I was like, oh, they have something they can cast, because they got priority for a second. And I was thinking, what could it be? It's just Assassin's Trophy, huh? These black-green decks, should I try them? Is there anything... I mean, Glissa is a really strong card. Might line up well in the format, I guess. No reason to Thoughtseize out of my hand when I can Thoughtseize out of the graveyard, which I guess I will do. I'm at 17 live. In case they have another 4-drop, right? Like, I want to Thoughtseize deck there, and the downside is really not existent. He's underdog, trying to go for the race. Okay. What's it off the top? Yikes. Yeah, again, it's kind of free to do so, so I'm just gonna Duress. And, alright. Opponent needs some stabilizing creature Shieldred, a Kalitas. Find it. The Shieldred would have been too slow, to be fair. Alright, what are we planning to do in this matchup? I would think that Kolaghan's command is good. I would think that Duress is kind of bad. Liliana is good. Kolaghan's command, I mean, I have a lot of free toughness. Interesting, this list does not run Bonecrusher Giant, huh? Which actually would not be that good in this matchup. I can trim a Thoughtseize. Like, Thoughtseize I think is worse in this matchup than it is in the red-black matchup, because here they mostly play cards that you can 1-for-1. So Thoughtseize was there for Fable of the Mirror Breaker, for example, in the Mirror match, or for Reckoner Bankbuster. Not sure if my opponent runs those high impact cards. So the liability of Thoughtseize always in these black mirror matches, or black mid-range mirrors, is that you draw it off the top, like I did in the last game, where I drew 2 Thoughtseizes off the top, which are just total blanks. And then that's why you want to trim those. Games can go to these top deck wars. And yeah, I mean, the rest, Extinction Event is reasonable, but on the other hand, I have Arcanist in my deck, so that is a huge reason to play Thoughtseize, actually. I might just cut one of these Spikefield Hazards. I'm still running 24 lands plus 2 Spikefields in the main, so that's 26 in total, and 25 on the draw in a grindy matchup like this one. I think that's totally fine, especially considering that Spikefield Hazard is literally freaking red tap land in this matchup. Never mind! They actually present targets. Okay. Well, I did not know. But luckily I drew the Strangle. This hand is pretty alright. I'm not gonna complain about this one. Scrappy Gorger. That's a decent card. The grave interaction on it is definitely good. We get a little Liliana mirror match. Yep, and my harvester's gone. It's annoying that I cannot really rely on my Atraxa because never mind. What am I talking about? I'm killing this. I'm about to say that I cannot rely on my Atraxa coming back because they have grave interaction. Literally pressing the button to kill it, so what are you talking about? I guess I throw this away. Hope they don't have Trespasser. No, they don't. So don't do anything? Because I really want to keep this, and then I'm discarding this to that. And yeah. Vraska, this one. The punishment. Wait a minute. They must have just drawn this, right? Like, I had Atraxa in the graveyard last turn. And they just passed the free mana. 100%. Just ripped this off the top. Ah, that hurts. That really hurts. Well, this targets, so even if I discard the second Atraxa, I'm getting it back. That's very frustrating. Also, I mean, imagine this would have been a graveyard Trespasser. I could have just discarded this Atraxa, play this one, boom. But it's exactly the one card they can have that punishes me big time. So frustrating. Alright, so this can grow into a 5/5. I can kill off my zombie and then attack this for 6 or kill my Liliana. They're gonna kill my zombie and then attack my Liliana, right? It's just a little bit of a question here. How do I exactly sequence this? Like, do I want to actually discard the Atraxa? Probably have to at this point, honestly. It's really saddening me to discard these powerful... Anyways. It is how it is. We could have had the worlds, but in the end, one top deck and Basto. I mean, seeing that they have Scrap Gorger, Trespasser, and Scavenging Ooze kind of makes me think that I should just, I don't know, even not rely on this Atraxa combo shenanigans. But the thing is, you play Liliana anyways, right? Because she's good, and then Atraxa, you have plenty of ways to discard her, so... I didn't want to put it on red. That was a punt. I clicked it a little too fast. And I guess Liliana itself, as just a 5-mana planeswalker that churns out zombies, is pretty good in this matchup, I would think. Wow, okay. So what are you gonna do? I can den off the Bugbear the Liliana to death. That's kind of cool if they attack. They probably have to attack the small Lily, right? And my position is actually pretty okay here, I think.
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
If they draw exactly Fatal Push off the top, they can kill my Liliana. That would be bad, but otherwise, I'm in a decent spot. Like, if they draw land, they can activate Hive, but I can just chump block the Scavenging Ooze, keep my Liliana around.
I'll be back with friends.
Certainly a very underexploited idea to just be a little bit bigger as a red-black deck and play Liliana and Atraxa. What you can also do is you can play Luca and Atraxa, technically. Luca works with Luca Copper Code Outcast, so that's also a thing you can do. Maybe underexplored as well. So, technically speaking, I could destroy all non-zombies. I'm not gonna do that. Mutavault.
Think of it as partner.
I'm just gonna chill. Kolaghan's command not the best against the Scavenging Ooze. Could like get a guy back. Or I can make them discard a random card in their draw step. Could get this back now. Shoot 2 to the face. I'm not sure. Things are gonna get better for me. I'm just gonna do that. Like, I think it's somewhat random to discard their hand here. If I hit if they draw an instant, it doesn't even do anything because then they can just play the instant. So I wouldn't really get anything out of it. They drew an Assassin's Trophy, I don't know. I'm just gonna take my Harvester. If I flood out, I have these Blood Tomes. Okay, one's just done with it. Alright, that's cool. Oh wow, I'm liking this. I mean, this can get you some free wins. And that goes Thoughtseize into Arcanist is just so good. On a green. Yeah, I'll take the Haven, I guess. Huh. I'm not so sure, actually. If I take Haven, they play land, I play Arcanist, they play Troll.
Well, they can have one less trigger.
Not great, right? So if I take Haven, they play land, then I play Thoughtseize. Take Troll, they play land, I play Arcanist, they play Khan. Great for me. That would have been on the play. Would have been easier. Okay, so I guess what is the most reasonable? No, actually not. I was thinking I'd take the Troll, but then I play Haven, and then I have to Thoughtseize on turn 2 again. Because Khan, so I can't play Arcanist on turn 2 in this game, right? There's no way around that.
That was much better.
I take Troll and then take Khan, I guess. Or take Haven and then Troll and leave them with the Khan, but then I have Arcanist, take whatever they get with Khan, put the Khan to 2 loyalty.
It gets a lot worse on the draw.
I don't know. I mean, I think I get like a Sky Sovereign.
Greater mana is
Yeah, I think I just gotta take the payoff here. Yeah, my hand. If I would have been on the play, this would have been a lot better.
I could convince myself of a mystical dispute because it does
As you can say so many times in this game. Now we play against mono green with a bunch of mana, and yeah,
you know,
the top deck.
in the end, like, not even, maybe not in this deck, but I think with, like, creativity, boarding mystical dispute and screen
Uh,
is fine because
They already,
use
whatever they,
3 mana hard
I
counter.
mean, whatever they draw, they can cast. So there's no point in trying to Thoughtseize their hand any longer.
Nyctos going on.
I'm gonna go with the Harvester and then
Like creativity, where you kill
try to find a Atraxa, I guess, and go over the top.
mystical dispute hard counters.
Just hope they keep drawing forests. That helps.
Dispute at the ready. That's gonna be insane. Your opponent going to 5.
I'm just gonna.
Mono green.
Is that too aggressive cycling? Maybe it's too aggressive.
And you put everything on.
Don't see much of a point in keeping this Arcanist in my hand.
Take the Kiara. Alright, we're pretty good at drawing the
The
cards.
Thoughtseize doesn't do anything.
Wanna put this on a black arena.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ditch it.
And the reason why I have a blue red
This could go wrong if I draw exactly Atraxa, but
no other slow
otherwise it's
is
fine.
because early on
Okay.
you want this mana untapped. This blue
So yeah,
doesn't matter that quickly, just
I think the odds of me winning this game are low.
the font.
Wow, they keep drawing lands.
I'm just gonna keep everything.
And draws. I mean, I had 2 Thoughtseizes. They've been running really cold here.
I mean, they're putting it
I should not be in a like leading position here. Thing is just like any good top deck and I'm out of it again. So I'm trying to mill Atraxa here, hoping
like they could jump log, you know. I wouldn't like that.
keep drawing lands. I'm gonna just slowly win this game. And that's kind of like a land. Oh, maybe they had that already.
Practice mid-range. You would.
Oh, never mind. You're just gonna make.
No.
Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Grixis. Archfiend. Oh, we're playing as practice mid-range. Let me quickly
I get
decide.
to use my
Another
powerful fatal push here. I think I just go face, honestly. Like, I'm not killing the Kiora in one swing anyways.
Common
Put him to 9, and then I have 5, 7, 9 damage.
in
It works.
no way.
One more land off the top and we're good.
What?
But at this point, even some of their top decks might not be enough, to be honest, because we have a Lily on 7, which is pretty good.
I mean,
Um,
same cards as me.
yeah.
And I was
They
like,
didn't do enough for like too many turns. They did do nothing, to be exact, for too many turns to now even not even top deck out of this. Keep drawing lands. That's unlucky.
And
Mono green has a lot of good cards that would be good here, so
I literally had a RAKDOS mid-range opening hand.
I guess I'll do Duress.
This is too good.
Yeah, crazy.
Say the house.
Poor guy.
Croxa runs pretty bad.
I guess I didn't need to click that button. Just gave them extra information about my deck. It didn't turn out to reveal anything, but
I like the Croxa.
should never. Oh right, I forgot about that. Oops.
You have to make it
Okay, yeah, fair. Useiju has text. Yes, it does. All right, then we play another turn, but
like
it won't matter.
It's weird to me into that.
You have to beat foreground creatures. Okay.
Okay. Pretty good.
Extinction Event is pretty good here.
Harvester.
What else?
Lake Crusher.
What not? I mean, this is a matchup where the Atraxa package certainly shines, right? Not sure about Arcanist. It was really bad on the draw just now. Maybe it's a card you don't play on the
Make them believe.
play. You just run it like this.
I'm on RAKDOS, but
You could also play Shieldred as a little stabilizer and kill option.
playing Blackcleave Cliffs. Alright. Fable, the Mirror Breaker. So
I don't really see cards that are bad though. I mean, Strangle.
Drew an answer? No.
Strangle isn't great, but it does kill a turn 1 elf. Liliana is...
I also really want to free.
I think Liliana does work nicely in this deck. First of all, important to discard Atraxa, and then with all the discard, later in the game you have stuff to discard.
The Hive of the Eye Tyrant
Liliana is not too bad.
next turn.
Honestly, I really liked Liliana against Mono Green. Or at least when I played Mono Green, I didn't want to play against Liliana much.
I play Cross.
Like these black decks, if they go discard, and then Liliana, and then just kill your guy, or
Let's
you discard a bunch. It's not a great feeling.
enormous.
Okay, I mean, I have a curve, but I'm missing the second black.
I have my own Cross.
I'm gonna try it though. Like, being able to kill the turn 1 elf is a pretty big game. There goes my second black.
Theoretically, I could have like discarded 2 cards.
Even.
and gotten Croxa back instead.
Good start, good start.
They get their Croxa back.
What you're really hoping for is that they keep a one elver, and then they can't use their mana on turn 2 because they kept like Kiara or Troll or whatever. Whenever they then go Haven, you're like, ugh. They're right back in it, you know. Yeah, this is rough, but I think I just have to minus the ability here. Give them a ton of mana, to be fair. I could easily lose this game now, but what am I supposed to do there? Like, I can't really... I could do nothing. That's not really winning me the game. I think I just have to do this and hope their hand is not, like,
Really pulling ahead. Oh, wait a minute.
with it. But yeah, this is a lot of mana, of course. Bad, bad. Very bad. Green about to unload.
Kill my reflection. I can play Archfiend, give it haste, attack for 6. That seems good.
Yep.
1 card away from Croxa.
2 forests. 1 elf and 1 forest.
Card gives up. Okay. Oh, that's a bit of. Maybe not. If they drew a land, I guess they're dead. Because
Them thinking could be a good sign. Could also be a bad sign. If it's like,
the mirror.
do I take Khan Cavalier or Cavalier?
Match. I don't believe.
Oh, they found a Woeful Haven. Wow, look at that. That was embarrassing. Okay.
The opponent plays an
That's even better than Forest Elf for me. Oh, shoot. I have another one. Gonna redo it.
But I like Kolaghan's command. Tank is not the worst.
There's a Storm in the graveyard now. And I'm not winning this game in a million years. This is the time of... Yeah, this is the type of game that Mono Green just, like, completely obliterates.
Not great against
Like,
Croxa particularly.
Yeah, they already have a Storm in the graveyard. They have a million mana. I'm here with a 3-2 in play and a Liliana Planeswalker. It's just... I have to draw, like, back-to-back Extinction Event or something like that to come back. I really have to draw really well here. Like, Atraxa...
Alteration is questionable.
Yeah.
Archfiend.
I guess I can attack the Khan down, but they probably get something like Cityscape Leveler, I don't know.
All that.
Probably. Like Heart of Current, so I can't even attack the Khan. That's pretty good. Okay, that's a start, I guess.
Not sure how to approach this.
Heart of Current is kind of brutal here. It also attacks my Planeswalkers.
How much of a liability?
Jesus.
You could slam it and lose the game on the spot against an alteration, which is kind of weird.
Well, Heart of Current is just a game winner. Wow, I didn't think about that card. Like,
So you kind of.
what a swing. I mean, this makes it even more difficult now.
On the other hand, your opponent could also play alteration. Like
So if I discard the Atraxa, they're just gonna
this could be a.
They're just gonna
I could like
get a graveyard exiling, right?
play all
And get rid of it
just
with the Khan. So I can't really show them the Atraxa yet, but then on the other hand,
So it's weird.
if I don't plus, they can just Heart of Current kill my Liliana.
I don't know. I'll just do a little bridge or something. Play 2 and 2.
I think what I have to do, which is very resource intensive,
Needed.
but I have to do, I think I have to
Your opponent has
attack the Harvester,
so that's why I want to go
Yeah.
the Archfiend, and
Then they
kill the
crew.
too, because
Then I plus the Liliana, discard a trap.
they
No, no, I can't do that.
revolve around the combo.
It just. I guess I discard. No, that would also be bad.
all that stuff.
No. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess I discard land.
Two-hand with
Yeah, I guess I discard land.
three lands.
I discard land, play land. Yeah, I think I found the line. So I discard the Sokenzan. Play my Liliana, minus kill the Heart of Kirin. Actually, yeah, no, this seems fine. So to get rid of the Heart of Kirin, and then I discard the end of turn. Oh no, I can't. Ah! Wait, but this doesn't matter too much though. But like the problem now is that I have to rip exactly a land. I can't use the blood token. I forgot about that for a second because of the Khan. So I have to rip a land now. I was thinking that I have 2 draws into a land because I can go end of turn blood token discard and then. So now I have to rip a land. They could also just get a Khan and just kill this Lilia. I don't even. I mean, yeah, Cityscape level. Yeah, nah. This is an uphill battle, of course. Like, I'm trying to figure out how I play around stuff, but Khan into Heart of Kirin? That was so nuts. Like, I thought I was able to just kill the Khan, and then we're somewhat okay-ish. We still have to fight through storms and stuff. But, you know, but like, the Heart of Kirin just completely blow me out of the water. This comes down, kills my Lily. I don't even have a discard outlet anymore. Green doing green things. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna try the Arcanist over the Harvester, maybe.
Okay, well, knowing that they
On the play, I think it's reasonable.
I think I'm gonna go up to 3 alterations for game.
Okay, well, yeah, that was something else, huh? That was mono green doing its thing. The thing is, yeah, like, sure, Atraxa is go over the top thing, but I think in this matchup, I'm not sure it actually matters. I think in this matchup, what matters is just having early disruption. And the Arcanist on the play, I think, is really good in this matchup. On the play, going discard Arcanist is really fantastic. Just take the Blue Chronos. I take Elf, they play Elf, I push. They play land, I Duress, take Kiora, then I play Pelucranos, then I Liliana. Maybe that's best. Okay. Sky Sovereign is a little bit of a problem down the line. But down the line, really, they need 3 more mana sources to get there. That'll be okay. Alright, this is pretty good stuff, of course. Like, removal, discard, Fable. That's how you win games. That's for sure. What? So I'll just Thoughtseize the Blue Chronos, I guess. Wait a minute, they can actually lay off the Hydra me, huh? To my Lily. I think I'll stay back then, yeah. Yep. Staying back is actually.
And oh, actually, are they gonna die? No, they're not gonna die if they don't attack. We have Hive, so at some point.
This is where Liliana shines. I mean, obviously, I needed to have this package, make Liliana work, but when she comes down, kills like 1 elf or Blue Chronos or something like that, that's just really, really good for you. Okay. So yeah, we're just going for the motions here. And
So they
You won't be outsmarting me.
like
I'm playing this out. I mean, I respect the fighting spirit,
the removal spell.
but yeah, this is where you want to have your this is where you want to have your mono green opponent on no resources whatsoever, so they can't go off, etc.
I can copy the Archfiend response and still have an Archfiend, and then still copy even if they kill my Archfiend in response. They need to kill their own Shieldred in response, which if they do that, I mean, they lose 2 life. I can actually copy Archfiend, then they lose 4 life, go to 13, attack with 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, everything is just too slow.
Go to 1. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't kill them then, I guess. If we were in gold square attack. So, yeah, but I'll be in a good position if they have to kill their own Shieldred. Okay, well, pretty good in the mirror match, huh, my list? Oh, look at this nice! Isn't it beautiful? Oh, we're playing Crucible. This might be a matchup where you combo
Plus the Liliana.
like grinding them out.
One just really wants to know it, huh? Like these opening hands, not gonna lie, they look good. Blackcleave Cliffs.
The opening hand looked amazing.
Each one
It was
goes
like
my
2 lands,
bits.
the Duress that flanked. Yikes.
Okay.
Not feel good. Now play this, they play Tolzimir, eat it.
Yeah. Go for invasion next turn. I don't have a good position. Might make my Arcanist more expensive.
Yeah, Corpse Appraiser didn't look too great there. I mean, I could have taken the Tolzimir.
In which case I can play Arcanist. They kinda have to make Arcanist more expensive.
Corpse Appraiser enabled.
Hmm. So if they make Arcanist more expensive, I play Harvester, then I have one removal for one of their spirits, but they have Slip out the back.
Nope. But now I guess I will have 1 in the bin.
Take, I mean, it all seem reasonable. Take, honestly.
Definitely not
I feel like this card is the most dangerous. But then on the other hand, it's also the most weak surface level, right? It's the 2-mana effect is very weak. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there.
Another land next turn.
To take the Arcanist.
Just trade here.
They drew a land. I play my Harvester. Like if I take the invasion, I guess they could go Phantom. Then I can go Arcanist. And then I can go Duress them. Maybe alone for that it's better to go and take the invasion so they don't gain the information and all that.
It's a nice value play, I feel like.
And spot for sure.
If I hit another creature with the Takenuma, I then could have played Corpse Appraiser and copied the Corpse Appraiser if they wouldn't have killed my
I'm
face.
gonna do nothing here. I can kill the spell quill if I want to.
How convenient is that? Let's do Crocs action.
I have to discard something. I guess it's just Liliana.
Trigger. Right, little top deck war situation. They could draw. Best draw they have is probably either one of their big fatties or Enigmatic. That is also a good draw. And they have plenty of good draws in this. Chipping into their free graves. And the crown not that great here.
This is not great, huh?
Wait a minute. Okay, at this point.
So now if I
take the 6th land drop.
flip the invasion,
Good.
what I do?
Yeah.
If I go Harvester, they're gonna counter it. If I go Arcanist, they're gonna counter it. Right.
Gun, I guess. And keeping up the ground doesn't make any sense. Then have 2 cards in the grave. I could kill the.
I guess this is a worse card than the Arcanist.
Right, 1 draw.
So I'm just gonna throw that out
I
there.
want to keep the Voya around, actually. Right.
It's like I did everything wrong. I don't know. Like,
that they have a creature.
I was supposed to just take the invasion. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know. They drew 2 lands and exactly like the perfect last cast to have all of this work out in their favor and deal 3 damage to invasion. So I kind of got punished.
That's sweet, isn't it?
I don't know. I could have anticipated this better, maybe.
Alright.
3 lands off the top, which didn't help, of course.
Interesting is I've never seen Karuga Fires play Stormcast Coast. That's unusual. Maybe they are short on wildcards. I don't know. Let's get rid of
Oh well. Maybe I should play Mutavault there.
Omnath as well. There's a push target.
Probably. I'm not playing well right now. I feel like I'm playing worse than on average.
Duress is good. Mystical, Stand for Stroke.
I should play Mutavault there. The extra 2 damage is actually huge. We're in a racing position here.
Destroys Karuga, Tolzi, Mire, Omnath. Not Kenrith, not additional one. Extinction Event could hit some of the odd creatures. They have a lot of odd creatures.
Should have played my land first in case they have lofty denial. I'm just making mistakes all around.
Drown. Bloodtithe Harvester.
Nice.
It kills the Fable token, which could be important. I think Buster could also be good. Maybe I cut it
They
down.
technically should be at 5.
That great in this matchup because
This cannot be
they have not that many early creatures I want to kill. So
a pretty good block against my board.
thinking. I'm not sure about the. Here I go.
Problem is you need 1 more mana, so you need 8 mana in total.
Hotfiend stuff also
The
might not
Cataract
be here because
costs you like
grinding and all that.
6 essentially to make the 5.
Nah, I'll be able to grind through that.
Yeah.
My other stuff and have it
Funny though. I mean,
start to take the removal as well. And they don't
I can tap the Atraxa though end of turn, do shenanigans like that, so I'm just gonna die next turn. If I activate Mutavault, attack all, they can block 1, block, take 3. Trade 1 Wanderer, lose 3 life, go to 4, I lose my Harvester. Don't really see how I'm winning that game. Maybe if I would have attacked with the Mutavault the last turn, if I wouldn't have punted. No chance.
I guess this is a bit bad against Bone Crusher.
Let's do just,
Maybe that was bad actually.
are they even flooding out? We both flood out here.
Should have just gone with the Bankbuster.
I feel like I had this game under control. Okay. First by not taking the invasion probably on turn 2, and then later on making small mistakes here and there. Or they can even attack both. 3 damage.
I think I'm just gonna attack and activate Bankbuster.
This is just miserable. Miserable. Ugh. Okay. This game was my own fault. Totally.
I want to play and then crew Bankbuster next turn for the damage. You know, you can crew the trigger on the stack.
I probably want to get rid of all these expensive nonsense cards.
Unfortunately, that is one of the better cards in the matchup. Yeah. Okay. I could dig for. I could have actually sacked the blood as well. Try to find an answer. So what
Just beat this mid-rangey deck.
Atraxa probably.
Um,
Atraxa's good. Maybe I
I
need.
don't think I hate Duress, but I don't see any card that's like could not play Shieldred, but I think Shieldred is actually fine. Like you want to get the game over with, and Shieldred does that. So
Blood, I guess.
look the slip up. took this slip out the back. I think Lofty Denial and Slip out the back would have been kind of similar in that game. Just the invasion was the unusual card. The big reason to not take the invasion, I think, is just that you get a window to resolve the... Arcanist. That is the big reason to do that. Because that allows you to then Duress again. And yeah, at that point you have like lots of options that are good. You're taking another card from it.
That would not be so good for me. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna discard that. Just Atraxa. Plenty of cards anyways.
Cataracts is just...
Yeah, that ain't it.
I don't have Atraxa in my deck
Yeah,
anymore.
I feel like to have a chance in this game. Like this point with fires, Kenrith. Yeah, we'll see. Not gonna be easy. So Mysterious Speed doesn't work, I guess. As long as they have the Enigmatic in play. They can get additional.
Crypt.
I mean, we might still just be able to kill them with the combo if we find it. Because they can attack much. They need
I made another mistake. Should have played red, activate the end of the Bugbear. Like big one, but better to...
Upsack
Not
is
the
smart,
bad one.
I'm not gonna lie, because... Oh, never mind. I guess it's not. I was about to say that it's awkward because of
Okay, unexciting game.
Kenrith being able to get a counter.
Could
but
cut the Cascading Cataracts.
they choose against that.
The draw
So,
here. I'm not the biggest fan of Extinction Event. They play like
true.
8 1-drops, 4 3-drops, and then they play like 10-ish drops. So,
Probably should just kill this Kenrith.
full mana against a deck with counter magic.
Drawing a card. I mean,
Great.
draw into Metamorphic, I just win the game with spot. Yeah, I think I'll just take it. Just draw a card instead. Nah, that's also
Spikefield.
the issue if they can get something here.
I could cast Thoughtseize and then they can decide if they want to
We'll see.
counter or not. I think it's just better to not, you know, trade my Thoughtseize for that. Just
Oh, they played Cavalier of Dawn, right? I played Cavalier of
now I'm just gonna play Arcanist. Okay, that worked. Wow. Okay. So they don't have a 2-mana counter spell. They don't seem to have Slip out the back, so they're probably sitting on Spikefield. Okay.
No, I don't. I have exactly enough mana to kill both.
I'm gonna Thoughtseize.
Puts them under the gun pretty heavily.
Heading in.
Like I
That.
could play Archfiend, right? Crucible Harvester.
Arcanist really shining. I mean,
Shoot.
this is great in these, like, Arcanist is also pretty good against humans, I would think, because you go push, play an Arcanist, and betting announcement. Alright, making it interesting. Opponent making it interesting.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Oh no, I need to.
This costs 1 mana now, by the way, so I have to be careful, actually.
Oh my god, I'm so bad.
I have to basically attack first, Thoughtseize. They can double block me. Then kill
I don't know what this thing. It
Oh.
was like, oh, target first, right? And then I can choose.
Human.
I just blanked on the original one. That sucks. That sucks big time.
No. What is going on? I mean, at this point, I'm really considering not even putting this online. This is just embarrassing at this point.
I don't even know what to say. No, this was terrible. They can sack the Leyline Binding and get.
It's meant to Thoughtseize there, of course.
My guys back at it. They're not gonna do that, I guess.
Ay.
Okay.
Well, I guess this turns out to be the same. outcome in a way, but I guess I'd rather have a Spikefield Hazard than a graveyard.
Discard the land. Wow. That's spicy. Like, land is actually really good for them here because they can
Ok.
go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what it is. It's a Spectral Sailor.
You want to do that.
Okay, well, in that case, this got Sulfurous Springs.
Whatsoever. So I'm
Been able to push. Then I'm gonna attack, kill the Skyclave. Then I can push the
hope that they don't draw
Sailor.
land and just get the Kruger into their hand
turn.
and hopefully can't cast them. And then I'll just Thoughtseize it away. No? No? I guess it's free to make a copy.
Why did you shock yourself? You just bluffed me. Sick play if that's really the case here. It's ought to be the same for me. Like, I'm not blown up by this by any means, but that was a weird one. I don't know, I've rarely seen such a bluff. So, ew, what am I missing?
Or attack both. You could chump.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess they chump and equal. They double? I guess Cluster doesn't quite come back yet.
Okay.
One card away.
Funny thing is, one of these pushes would have gone to exile, but because the Spellquiller took it, it then goes back to the graveyard again. Arcanist would have exiled it otherwise. Yeah. I guess I'll do this as well. Just try to end this game as quick as possible. Way to push one of these 2/2s.
Agent of Blessing.
Can block a 1/1, but then they take 7, go to 5.
They do.
If they do so, okay. That's a good insurance card to have. Yeah, I can't complain about my draws in this game. I mean, it's just literally perfect. Bunch of cheap removal, Arcanist. Arcanist did work. That's for
You also have something.
serious work. And the Rending Volley. Cherry on top here. Alright, well, bad plays, didn't get much punishment. Yeah, okay. I'll take it, I guess. Alright, that was a snippet of Atraxa, Red Black Midrange, Reanimator, Arcanist. I don't even know what to call this deck. I mean, I call it RAKDOS Atraxa. Reasonable one. Yeah, funnily enough, you can actually just swap Liliana or Luca Coppercoat Outcast. And then literally have, you know, a Luca or Coppercoat Outcast deck where you play one of these 2-drops and then you Luca them, and boom, you get an Atraxa into play. So, funnily enough, that might just be better. But to be fair, Liliana in itself is a pretty reasonable Planeswalker and card, right? And Luca in itself is kind of mediocre. So I get why Liliana makes sense too. But I'm wondering if Mori actually tried Luca. Well, anyhow, what do I think about this deck? I was very impressed with the Arcanist, I must say. Arcanist might just be in a quite good spot right now. And yeah, the rest of the deck, not so sure. I don't know. Like, the Atraxa package seems a bit slow. It's like sorcery. It's relying on the graveyard, right? People, you know, anticipated. Not great. I do like the exclusion of Bonefisher Giant. I really didn't miss that card. I was happy to have like lots of 1-drop removal. I feel like the format has gotten quite resilient to Bonefisher Giant because it's staple. But yeah, one big downside to the Arcanist that we didn't face this game is Claim the Firstborn. I mean, if they have Claim, steal your Arcanist, attack, steal another creature with the claim, and then like sack the bow for get one of their Thoughtseize or Fatal Pushes out of the graveyard back. This card is a huge liability, but funnily enough, it is quite good with claim as well. So you could theoretically put it into a red-black sacrifice deck as well, with claim, and then just go ham on your opponent, stealing all this stuff and sacking it away. Yeah, certainly doable. So all in all, not too convinced about the Atraxa Liliana stuff. I was impressed with this one. And all in all, these combo-ish red-black decks, they all have their ups and downsides. But personally, intuition-wise, I don't know. I think like just playing red-black mid-range might just be like, you always do your thing. You don't draw any dead cards or clunky cards. Like for example against Spirits, I much rather would have been red-black mid-range. Against these lean, fast, aggressive decks, against decks with counter spells like blue-white control, creativity. Do I want to play like Liliana, Death's Majesty and try to resolve that? Not really. But do I want to have Arcanist? Do I want to go Thoughtseize Arcanist? Yeah, so that's maybe something to explore more in the future. But otherwise, I feel like I like the normal red-black mid-range core a little bit more than this deck. Or the Grixis Alteration deck I did just a video on. I think that one, at least, it isn't really clunky, right? The most expensive card is a 4-drop, and then you have Metamorphic, which is a dead card, pretty much all things considered. So that one is obviously annoying, just like Atraxa as a dead card. But at least your deck is like, you just like, you play Archfiend and kill people with that, and grind people out, like, yeah. Anyhow, that is it for this video. Now that I think about it, you could actually play Arcanist with blue for Consider and all that, and then even have more. So you could go with the Arcanist in the Grixis Alteration deck. Big brain stuff. All right. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed this video. As always, see you next time. Bye bye.